Are you ready? Welcome to the Tech Titans podcast, episode 4. And this one's going to be even better. Each week, we're trying to get better and better and better. You already know I have Gabe with me. Gabe, give an introduction to yourself if they don't know you already.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? This is Gabe, the other half of Tech Titans. And we are just coming to you in order to kind of give you the information security type of information that you desire. So my background is in electrical engineering, transitioned more into industrial control systems and plant type of cybersecurity. And now I work as a security architect. I'm just here to provide resources, discussion, kind of put my own flair into this particular industry. So, yeah.
Sweet. That's what I'm talking about, Gabe. You know, y'all know me, Sly Gittens. I'm here, the technical marketing guy. I'm also a tech guy. I'm more of a private detective, man. I'm living on both sides of the fence. I'm going to help you with the IT. I'm going to help you with the marketing. I'm going to get the message out there. I want to make sure we're talking to you and making sure this is clear and impactful for you, right? So everything we do is to help you be better in your career. So we brought someone that I knew. I met him at one of my RSA conferences. I think it was Tech Fest back in like 4 years ago, maybe. It's been a while. His name is John. John, let the audience know who you are really quick before we get into this interview.
Yeah, not a problem. I can't believe it's been that long. 4 years. Yeah, it's been about 4 years.
Time flies, right?
Time flies. Yeah, it was like one of my first tech conferences when I met Fly. But yeah, I consider myself a technologist that focuses mainly in the cybersecurity field. And the reason why I say technologist and not just a focused, title, I have a hard time picking that. I have been a front-end web developer, a back-end web developer. I've done mobile apps and stuff like that. I've been a security engineer. I've been a Splunk SMED. I've been, I'm doing cloud now. And I even started dabbling in a little machine learning. So I have a problem staying focused in one specialized field. So I consider just an overall focus in cybersecurity, though. As a technologist, and most recently I've been doing a lot of web application pen testing because I've generally found like a love for that. And I think if I have to focus on one thing, it's developing secure applications within the cloud and creating those secure environments for developers to feel free. And for, being as a cybersecurity guy, I know how much developers stress me out internally because they often do things like pull from GitHub repos without, changing anything, or push up things to GitHub that have keys in it and private keys and so forth and so on without even thinking about it. And so I want to streamline that process. Cybersecurity guys can sleep easy at night and developers don't have to worry about it. So that's primarily my main focus, I would say.
That's pretty sweet that you said technologist, because I almost feel that myself, because I started off HP engineer, right? Then I switched over to VMware. Then I did RSA, then I did a little bit of Proofpoint, switched over to marketing. So I'm just like an enthusiast, an IT enthusiast. And now I'm
100%.
I think, Gabe, you also got a mixed background too, like electrical engineering, then you switched over here. So I think what we're trying to tell you, everybody, even if your background's a little bit colorful, that's going to add to your tool chest, right? Your differentiator, right? Something you bring different when you coming into those interviews. So, Gabe, you want to kick it off with the first question?
So I heard you just speak about in your introduction several things as it concerns web application, front-end developer, web application penetration testing, technologists, AWS, AI. But I see some of your origins come from that of the work that you did by yourself, right? Independently. So I see that you work with HackerOne, right? This is a very popular bug bounty organization. And I know one of your roles was that of an independent web application penetration tester. How did you get into that role? And how has that experience contributed to where you are today?
Yeah, to be honest, I kind of fell into it. I was watching this video on YouTube one night, and it was all about this guy who was, he's a front-end web developer just like myself, and he realized that the things he was doing, squashing bugs in his own internal applications, he could get paid for it, through HackerOne or BugCrowd. And HackerOne is one of the most popular ones for sure. And then so he just started kind of diving into it, taking notes, and kind of developed this book, which is called Web Hacker 101. And so, and that one night I kind of read through the whole book, downloaded Burp Suite, and I started playing around with it nonstop for a few hours. And then, I signed up for HackerOne, And the next day, I found a very simple JavaScript bug. And it was just an informational, it wasn't anything I got paid for, unfortunately. But, since then, I've found, higher and higher class bugs. But it ultimately started with, I was curious, I had the development experience and I knew about that. And I knew about that side and that world. And I knew personally that I had put out a lot of like insecure like applications. After like playing in HackerOne for a while, I decided to take a look back at some of the client work I did freelance when I was in high school. And I was like, all of this stuff is riddled bugs. I was like, I'll never forget it. There was this client site I built. I've taken it down since then, but their whole back end was like open. Just everything was 100% open. Wow. You could go in there and completely get user information, password information, just do a basic SQL bug. Because it was that old, like SQL injection was still like something that was that I had mistakenly left available.
Right.
So yeah, it was just this plain curiosity that I had in regards to it, and I use the internet as my tool. I've done that my whole entire life. The internet is my sword, and with that, I find everything I need somehow, one way or the other.
I mean, I think that's such a valuable point, right? You saw something that you were interested in. You leveraged some of your previous experience in front-end web application development, and you pretty much just start downloading tools, going through tutorials, like you said, using the internet as your resource. And I just think that that's such a valuable lesson that anybody, where they're at in their current career, that they can leverage the skill set that they previously have or they currently have and be able to transition into that of security, right? There's individuals, like you said, like you're a front-end, like you were previously a front-end developer right there into web application penetration testing. Boom, very easy transition. And I think that there are so many insertion points into the security realm where people have pre-existing skills that they don't even know, right? You stumbled upon this over a YouTube video, right?
Yeah.
And HackerOne provide these resources, and they have a lot of really good step-by-step, like you said, Burp Suite is a very popular, probably the most popular web application penetration testing tool out there. So for anyone who has this idea of, I don't know if I'm qualified, I don't know if I have the ability to transition and get into security, I think that, I mean, my man's right here, he's a prime example that just curiosity was the thing that started the whole thing kind of rolling up. So I would say, look at what you currently have and try to propel yourself into where you desire to be.
Make sure to subscribe and click the bell to stay notified.